What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 4 team builder for the PTL, or the Pokemon Tri-League. This week we are taking on River and the Rosmalen Roserades. River is also a YouTube content creator, so I will link him down below. I'm not entirely sure about this, but I believe we're the only two... Oh, sorry, there's three of us. The two of us and Polymac are creating content for PTL Division 3. So this will be a fun one because I'll get to watch his side of the battle as well. And I'm pretty sure he live comms his, so maybe I'll venture into the land of live comm for this battle. I do have it set up all in OBS. I do have it set up to live for the live battles for PTL. I just haven't gotten around to having the time or the energy to actually want to do that. Let me just move this over really quickly there. Looks a little bit better now. So let's run through River's team then. He has Zygarde 50%, which is a Z user, Hawlucha, Tapu Fini, Galvantula, Nihilego, Tyranitar, Kartana, Gliscod, which is a Z user, Komala, Chandelure, and Trapinch, which is a Z user. You'll notice something very different on our side of the team, hopefully. Yes, you will. We did end up dropping our Maldo for Wishy-Washy. So that trade comes into effect week 4. This is a week 4 match, so I do have Wishy-Washy on the roster for this game, but I'm not bringing it, which is interesting. But there's a reason for that, because it's not that great, and I'll talk about that at the end of the team builder. But yeah, you'll also notice that we only have our week 2 record up there, and River has his week 3 record. So River's already played his week 3 match. We have not, and this may go up before my week 3 match, potentially. So if you guys didn't see the uploads for last week, for week 3, then my apologies. That is not my fault by any means. Unfortunately, Todd has been hospitalized, and so the league is sort of waiting on him to come back, I guess, instead of replacing him. But it may be the case that my first 3 opponents do get replaced, which would be very horrible, considering I hate rebuilding for these teams that they keep coming up with. It's very obnoxious, but yeah, that's what's going on with Todd, and so that's why you may or may not have seen a week 3 match. If you have already seen week 3, then, you know, hopefully all is well and for Todd, and, you know, or potentially there's a replacement for him and you already know this already, but I don't know what's going on because I'm recording this in the middle of week 3. Actually closer to the end of week 3, considering it's Wednesday already, and our weeks end on Thursdays, so that's actually a little bit disappointing. I completely forgot about that. Either way, that's River's team. Priority-wise, he has Zygarde with Extreme Speed, Galvantula with Sucker Punch, Gliscod with First Impression, Sucker Punch, and Aqua Jet, and Komala with Sucker Punch. Hazard setting in Galvantula with Sticky Web, Nihilego with Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes, Tyranitar with Stealth Rock, and Gliscod with Spikes. Removal options in Hawlucha with Defog, Tapu Fini with Defog, Kartana with Defog, and Komala with Rapid Spin. 3 defoggers that you may not see defog, although maybe Tapu Fini might defog, but you really don't want to see Kartana or Hawlucha defogging. And a very reliable Rapid Spinner with, I think it's the strongest Rapid Spin in the game, actually, because it's Stab, coming off of a really good attack stat. 4 times weaknesses in Zygarde to Ice, Nihilego to Ground, Tyranitar to Fighting, and Kartana to Fire. All very interesting. There, and I think I've covered, excuse me. I think I've covered most of them, if not all of them, this week. So let's start off with our team then. I am bringing Hawkeye the Zapdos. Zapdos' main role this week is to be a Hawlucha and Kartana answer. It's my main answer to both of those. It can also be a decent Gliscod answer if he doesn't lock himself into liquidation if he's choiced. Otherwise, you know, Thunderbolt is knocking him into emergency exit, and I will always outspeed him. Even if he is max speed Gliscod, I still outspeed him with no speed investment, so that's fun. I'm actually outspeeding max speed Adamant Komala with no speed investment, just as a fun fact there. Hello, music? You wanna? Thank you. Yeah, so that's Zapdos, Defog, Roost, Thunderbolt, HP Ice. HP Ice obviously there for the Zygarde. Thunderbolt hits the rest of his team really well, actually, bar Trapinch, which also doesn't like HP Ice. So Thunderbolt seemed like the sound option here. It's able to take on the Tapu Fini relatively well depending on the Fini's investment. Hawlucha does not want to take a Thunderbolt, and it needs Stone Edge to break through Zapdos. If it doesn't have Stone Edge, he can't break through Zapdos. I'm a little bit sketched out about Misty Terrain, and that's why I'm not bringing Discharge. Otherwise, I'd be running Discharge for the paralysis. And I'm running Static because I can, hoping to paralyze the Kartana mainly. Kartana, by the way, does not want to take 2 Thunderbolts or 2 HP Ices, so I don't really care about running Heat Wave. I initially did have Heat Wave on there, mainly for the Galvantula, but I don't think I match up super well against the Galvantula with Zapdos anyways, so that was sort of out of the picture. Yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Heat Wave? Oh, yeah, I don't need Heat Wave against this team. Thunderbolt and HP Ice is enough, realistically, just because Thunderbolt does so much damage to so many things. Again, Hawlucha and Kartana get hard-walled by this thing. Kartana can't touch me without, like, knockoff Psycho Cut, Night Slash sort of coverage, and Hawlucha needs Stone Edge to break through Zapdos, otherwise he can't. I'm scared of a Limber Hawlucha. I'm going to say it right now, I'm scared of him bringing Limber Hawlucha. Because then he can't be staticked, and if he sets up enough, then Stone Edge is going to blow my socks off. Luckily, he can't be Z. Otherwise, like, Z Stone Edge would be kind of a threat. Z Stone Edge on Zygarde is definitely a threat, and, you know, I don't want to deal with that, but I might have to. If he does outrage me, then he always has the static chance to paralyze, and Zapdos is a bulky boy, so keep an eye out for that. Next up is Tangela, which is my Zygarde answer. My Zygarde answer also potentially secondary Tyranitar answer, secondary Kartana answer, definitely not a Hawlucha answer, probably my main Komala answer, definitely not a Gliscod answer though. So, you know, there's a few things that Tangela can deal with and a lot that it can't. Pardon me. Giga Drain, Leech Seed, HP Fire, and Sludge Bomb. HP Fire is there to hit the Kartana. With no investment, HP Fire will always OHKO Kartana, unless he's running a max HP Assault Vest, which I doubt that he would bring against me. That seems very bad. Against my team in particular, sorry. Giga Drain for a lot of stuff, Sludge Bomb for nothing? I don't remember what I have Sludge Bomb on here for. Actually, it's probably for nothing. I'm thinking about it now, and I probably had Sludge Bomb on here for Fenny, which makes absolutely no sense. It might be there for the Chandelure, but I think I'd rather have Knockoff, so we're going to run Knockoff. There we go. Ooh, I don't like being bold. Damn. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Running a little bit of speed on there for no speed Tyranitar. We should outspeed no speed Tyranitar with this investment. Physically defensive, fairly standard-ish Tangela going on there. This might be better with 12 speed, no, not 123, 12 speed, and then chop that off of HP. So I'll probably just redo this with knockoff, but now, because I don't need my Spidef, and a Violite just means that Spidef isn't going to help at all, but I could use the extra knockoff damage there. Mimikyu, this is my dedicated lead for the week. Mimikyu has a good breaking matchup, and not necessarily a good cleaning matchup in my mind. Just because of Kartana, it's really hard to deal with Kartana as a cleaner, because it'll outspeed you, and excuse me, I feel like I need 4 attacking moves of some sort, and Kartana basically forces me to run Drain Punch, which I otherwise wouldn't be running, so that's really obnoxious, but there you go. Woodhammer for the Finny, that's reasonably the only reason that I have Woodhammer, actually, based on what he's got, but it's my best way to hit the Finny, and it's a huge nuke if I can. Shadow Sneak for the Chandelure, also to pick off Hawlucha late game. If it is the Misty Seed Hawlucha, then he is getting a Spidef boost and not a defense boost, and so that is actually really big in terms of Shadow Sneak damage, especially considering the amount of attack investment I have here. Drain Punch for the Kartana, like I said, but it'll also it should do a lot of damage to Tyranitar, should be able to get me a lot of health back against Nihilego, if not be my best way to hit Nihilego. It's going to hit the Komala really well, it's going to hit the Trapinch really well as well, although I'd probably rather click Play Rough against Trapinch. If I don't want to risk the miss, then, you know, it's there. And that's the main thing for Drain Punch. Kartana as well, if I forgot to mention Kartana. Pardon me. And Play Rough is the last move, which is there for the Zygarde, the Hawlucha, the Tyranitar, the Galvantula, the Gliscod, the Komala, the Trapinch. So running Mimikyu MZ Play Rough just means I get a massive nuke off on something. Like I said, this is my lead. I'd be a little bit sketched out about Galvantula lead, but I might just Z into Shadow Sneak it turn 1 and turn 2 to get rid of that thing because it's a massive offensive threat against my team. And I really don't need Z for much. I kind of just want to like blow Z move on something and move on with my life. But there you go. Max stack Adamant with a tiny bit of speed. I can't remember why I'm running this. Oh, I'm outrunning 0 speed Zygarde with this investment now, which I actually already would be, so I'm outrunning Zygarde creeping me. I don't know why I decided to say that to myself, because I outspeed Zygarde naturally by 1 point. So if he wants to creep me, then I'm running enough speed to speed tie that, but I don't know. Yeah, max HP, and then the rest is just dispersed because that's how many EVs you get at level 50. Bring Air Canada, bring Megalodios. I had a different idea for this Megalodios that kind of like went a different path. So initially I had Calm Mind, Bolt Beam, and then I realized, what do I set up a Calm Mind on besides Trapinch? Like, nothing? Everything else threatens me in some way. So I'm actually opting to be 3 attacks Roost, which I think is going to help a lot against this team. Although the fact that I'm not running any special attack investment really sucks, and I don't need this because I'm not running Calm Mind. So I am going to run max special attack, which, oh my god, I'm just like going back on myself here, but Side Shock, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Roost. Ice Beam blows back so many different things, including Zygarde and Kartana, and those are the only things. Also Trapinch. I forgot to mention Trapinch. Side Shock hits a lot of his team really hard. It's going to be my best way to hit the Hawlucha after he gets his Spadef boost. Best way to hit the Galvantula. Best way to hit the Chandelure. Best way to hit the Trapinch. Probably not the best way to hit Gliscod. I think Thunderbolt will be the best way to hit that. But Side Shock will be my best way to hit the Kamala as well. Tyranitar is a problem, but hopefully I can like freeze it or paralyze it. I don't know. Maybe, but probably not. If he Pursuit Traps me, then I'm in a really bad spot. Thunderbolt is there for the Tapu Fini and the Gliscod mainly, although it could have hit the Hawlucha. Ice Beam and Thunderbolt were both interchangeable against the Hawlucha until I brought Psyshock. Like I said, Ice Beam's there for the Zygarde too. Max Speed, because I want to outspeed the Max Speed Kartana if it comes, especially if he's a speed boosting Kartana, then he has to run Timid Max Speed with a certain amount of attack IVs to be able to get the speed boost off, and I will outspeed that if he hasn't got a boost up. Max Special Attack, and then the last point Defense. Bringing Mamoswine, Life Orb, Jolly Life Orb actually, instead of Adamant Life Orb with Thick Fat, so I can actually take a Fire hit from Chandelure. Kind of, not really, but like kind of, because, you know, Thick Fat, but like my Spadef is really low, so like probably not. I'm really not sure. I thought about bringing Oblivious. Excuse me. Pardon me. I thought about bringing Oblivious for Fast Taunt Fini, but I really didn't see a point, so I ended up opting to run Thick Fat instead. Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Stealth Rock, and Earthquake. Ice Shard Revenge kills Zygarde, and if he is Yachi Berry and he Dragon Dances, then Ice Shard will still 2-hit KO, so it doesn't matter. Icicle Crash will OHKO things like Hawlucha. It's going to do a crap load of damage to Galvantula. Same with the Kartana, relatively speaking. Trapinch is dying, obviously. Kamala, I mean, I don't know. Earthquake's my best way to hit a few of these things. Then I've got Rocks there for Chip, and Rocks are also really good for the Gliscod. He's got Galvantula, Gliscod, and Chandelure all weak to Rocks, and it'd be nice to get those up against his side, because in my opinion, his removal options are fairly poor against my team. Like, I don't necessarily see Defog Tapu Fini coming, but if Tapu Fini does come, then it's probably going to be Defog, and those sorts of things. Speed tying Chandelure with my max speed investment on the Mamoswine, max attack, and then a little bit of defense. Last but not least is Scrafty. Bring a Drake with Intimidate, Leftovers, Dragon Dance, Drain Punch, Crunch, and Poison Jab. This is my main Tyranitar answer every single time. I can also kind of deal with Kartana, kind of deal with Zygarde. This absolutely deals with Trapinch. This is kind of my secondary answer to Chandelure, secondary / primary answer to Nihilego, and like kind of an answer to Kamala if he's not choice banded. And if he is choice banded, then Mimikyu switches in on it. So like, he can't bring choice band because I have a ghost type. That's basically all I'm saying. Yeah, Dragon Dance I can set up on a few things, and once I have a DD up, then I'm hitting really hard. Drain Punch just blows most of his team back. Like we talked about with Mimikyu, Drain Punch is really useful. Crunch will also do a lot to a lot of stuff, and then Poison Jab is there for the Fini, almost entirely for the Fini, and only for the Fini. because otherwise I can't touch the Fenny. Yeah, that is what the investment is there for. Excuse me. Sorry, the moves. The investment is there for a different purpose. Excuse me. Between the defenses, I've actually like just sort of randomly put stuff there, but I did want to. I initially had the SpDef investment in attack, and then I moved it to SpDef because I wanted to take the Chandelier hits better. And then the speed investment, I'm running that speed specifically to outrun Adamant Glyspod. So I'm always outrunning Adamant Glyspod, and then at +1, let me just do a quick check. I didn't actually EV it to outspeed anything after 1 Dragonance, or after 2 necessarily. But after 2, we're actually getting outspeed my max speed Hawlucha by 1 point, which really sucks. So maybe I just want to take a little bit of investment off and go up to that point. So now we're outspeeding max speed Jolly Hawlucha at +2, which wasn't necessarily intended. And then at +1, what am I doing? +1, 140. It's not outspeeding anything in particular, actually. At +1, I'm still not even outspeeding Adamant Zygarde, but there you go. It doesn't really matter because I can Drain Punch things in the face. So I'm just going to change my note here. Scrafty outspeeds Jolly Hawlucha at +2. There we go. So that's the point of the team. Again, Scrafty switches in on Tyranitar for days. Bandit Tyranitar Superpower is doing 39% and Drain Punch will OHKO. Although I'm not sure if it OHKOs without max attack investment, but it's doing a hell of a lot of damage. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I will catch you guys for the match, and hope you have a great day.